Song-specific patches provide a simple way to accurately replicate all the sounds and parts of the original song and are designed to use in Sunday Keys, our all-in-one solution for live worship keys. All the complex programming is done for you, so your left hand can trigger textures, ambiance, and sequences, while your right hand is still free to cover the most prominent parts like pianos, leads, and pads. Intuitive song sections are pre-programmed to ensure seamless dynamic transitions. For this tutorial, we'll use the song's original key and tempo, but you can easily adjust these within the patch if needed. In this video, you'll learn how to play Hard-Fought Hallelujah using the song-specific patch from Sunday Sounds. We'll explore the parts, riffs, and sounds you need to play it live with confidence. Ready? Let's go. This patch has piano, organ, dulcimer, pads, bass, arps, all triggered in the left-hand range, which stretches from here to here. Your right hand will play piano leads and string leads throughout the song. So for song section 1, you'll find a layer of piano and organ and dulcimer all through the range. So it's going to be from this key all the way up to this key. Then for song section 2, you'll have some strings coming in. So the string layer will be added in from this key all the way to this key. And then for song sections 3 and 4, there are some additional strings that are a little bit lower, and so that will start on this key. You'll also find that there is an ambient drone pad here on this key. That pad is also in the lower left-hand range, but I specifically have it programmed right here so that you're able to add that at the opening of the song in the intro if you'd like. The song starts with song section 1 for intro, verse, pre-chorus, and down chorus. Song section 2 for refrain, medium verse, pre-chorus, and outro. Song section 3 for medium chorus and refrain. Song section 4 for big instrumental and chorus. For the intro, you'll just be playing a single note in the left hand and then chords in the right. Now, in the original recording of this song, there's actually no keys in the intro. So perhaps, depending on how you're going to play it, you might just not come in until halfway through the first verse. But if you do need to play an intro, here's how I like to do it. So you'll hear this ambient drone on this key. And it is on a non-chord tone. Okay, so here's how the intro goes. Okay, so I like to play the chords below middle C here. All right, and then a little bit later in the song, you'll actually have a big instrumental. So for this instrumental, you'll be using song section 4. You'll be playing octaves in the left hand and a string lead in the right. So first I'll go ahead and just play the whole thing. It's going to be 4 times through progression. The progression is the same 3 of the times. First and second time is the same. The third one will add in an additional chord. So there is going to be a 2 minor chord added in, and then the third time through is the same as the first 2 times. So let me go ahead and show you hands together first. Okay, so just like the left-hand chord progression stays the same for times 1, 2, and 4, the lead stays the same for the first time through, the second time through, and the fourth time through. So here's how right hand is played. Okay, so you'll want to be careful as you go through the song when you're playing the strings that you're really careful with your pedaling. For the most part, I am not having the pedal down during all of these lead lines. Sometimes where the strings are holding out a little bit longer, I will pedal in between, but you're going to want to really play around with the pedal for this song to see how you like to have it. So the very first time through, it sounds like that. I will do it one more time. Okay, and then just one of the notes changes, the first note. It comes down, and then the rest of the melody is the same. Okay, so first 2 times through, again, just the right hand. Okay, then the third time through, it is a little different. I'll do it nice and slow. Okay, here it is again. And then the last one is the same as the second one. And then the very last time it ends here. But feel free to play it however you would like to. You can mix it up, do it differently, however you like. So I'll go ahead and show you one more time, hands together at speed. For your down verse, you will be playing that drone that we played on the single key during the intro, and then you'll be playing chords below middle C with your right hand. Now in the original recording, there's actually no keys until about halfway through the verse, and even then you can hardly hear them. So just kind of figure out with your band and the arrangement that you're doing when you want to come in. But this is a great option if you do want to come in from the very beginning and have something to play. So here's how I like to do it. Okay, so just like the intro, I'm just playing chords with right hand. And then I'm adding in that ambient drone. All right, for your medium verse, you'll use song section 2. For this one, I will be playing some string leads up high, and then some chords. So I'll go ahead and play it for you first. All right, so I mentioned this earlier, but especially when you have all the strings coming in, you'll want to be very careful about how you're pedaling. Some of the time I do have the pedal down, but especially when I'm playing single notes with the strings, I leave the pedal off so they don't all run into each other and get really muddy. So you might just play around with it and see how you like it to sound. So at the very beginning of this verse, there is this string melody. You'll notice that if you kind of release it slowly, it has a really nice release on there. Okay, here's that one more time. Okay, and then I'll play some chords. For the pre-chorus, you'll use song section 1. I'm playing some chords with my right hand and octaves with my left hand. So here's how I like to play this pre-chorus. Okay, so I'm playing some chords with right hand. So for this part, when it has this kind of pulsing chord, it still sounds really good to have the sustain pedal down. So I like to leave the sustain pedal down, just pedal normally, but just be releasing the chords. It's almost like you're playing staccato, but you have the pedal down, because otherwise it sounds like this. And if you want it to be shorter, that can sound great too. So however you like, just kind of play around with it and see the sound that you're going for and how you want it to turn out. I also like to try to build the dynamic just a little bit when you're playing all 6 of those chords. All right, then for your medium pre-chorus, now instead of playing these 2-note chords like this, now I'm going to be playing them in octaves. So you'll want to be really careful with the pedaling here. So I'll go ahead and show you hands together how I like to do it. And during some of these sections, you can also decide if you want to clip them short, if you want to sustain through. It's all up to you how you want to do it. So for this, first for right hand, I just did the octaves. So for the first ones, I did hold the pedal down, and then I took it off for those last couple notes. And then I move my hand down lower to where the piano is. One more time, hands together. For the down chorus, you'll use song section 1. So the first few bars of this first chorus is just acoustic, no keys. So depending on how your band is playing it, you might just totally cut out and then come in. That's how I did it in the other demo video. So here's how I like to go ahead and play it. I skip that first chord and then I come in. Okay, so for this, you're playing those octaves in the left hand, you're playing chords in the right hand, along with some little melodies. So first time through the progression, we had the 6 minor chord. All right, and then we're back to this 4 major 7 chord. So I do like to pedal on the first one. So I'm releasing my pedal and playing the second chord kind of at the same time. Okay. But then when I play the 6 all together, I pedal through all of that. Okay, then the second time through the progression for that 6 minor, it goes like this. And that actually is the same melody as the vocal line. So you might just listen to see how your vocalist is planning on doing that. Make sure that's locking in if you're choosing to play that. Otherwise, I would just play simpler chords there. And then there's some more chords. So instead of doing that kind of rhythm that you were doing earlier, it feels a lot more straight. All right, for your medium chorus, still playing octaves in the left hand. Right hand is going to be playing some string leads, chords, melodies. So here's how this chorus goes. I'll go ahead and play it all the way through first. It's pretty different than the other one. Okay, so the pedaling works pretty much the same as that previous chorus. So now I'm playing these kind of rhythmic chords the same way, just up higher, and you can hear the strings coming in. And I'm gonna keep my right hand up high to play the chords now. Okay, and then another time with these chords. Now this time I'm going to play a high string lead instead. Here it is again. All right, now this time instead of playing those chords for that 4 major 7 chord, we're gonna play a different melody. All right, here's this one again. All right, and then we're back to this. All right, I'll go ahead and do that chorus all the way through one more time. And then you have a big chorus at the end. And I actually play this big chorus the exact same way as I just played the medium chorus. So I'll go ahead and play it one more time. You can now hear there is a piano chord arp that's coming in. And there's also a string arp. Okay, so I'll go ahead and show you this one more time. For the refrain, you'll start with song section 1 and then you'll move pretty quickly into song section 2, kind of part way through. So I'll go ahead and first show you hands together. Left hand will be playing octaves, and then right hand will be playing some chords and then also some string leads. Okay, so coming out of that chorus, you're in song section 1, and you play these first chords. Again, you can kind of stab the chords, even though you're holding down the sustain pedal. Now, for this 4 chord, what you'll need to do is play it with left hand, pull off the pedal, and then move to the next song section so you can play the strings. Because you don't want the sustain pedal down while that's happening, otherwise all of the strings get really muddy. So this is kind of a quick transition. All right, one more time, hands together. All right, now the next refrain, you'll use song section 3. This time you'll be playing some higher chords and then a string lead line, a couple different ones. So I'll go ahead and show you how you do it. First, you'll play octaves in the left hand, and then you'll hear that string lead. Okay, so for the first couple chords, you're just doing held chords. All right, and then you have this string line. All right, I would encourage you to figure out how you want to finger it and then just play it that same way every time. One more time. All right, and then one more melodic line. All right, hands together one more time. All right, and then there's one more refrain at the end of the song. For this, I like to use song section 2, and I'm mostly holding chords and then pulling them off nice and slow. So you have kind of these sustained strings type sound. So here's how I like to do this refrain into the outro. Okay, so I'm just playing these kind of sustained chords. Did hear there in the outro, one of the times there is a different note in the bass. It is the 3 of your key, and then over top is the 6 minor chord. You can also feel free to drop all the way back to song section 1, then you'll just have piano and pads and organ in there, and you don't have the strings up high. So you have that available to you, just depending on how you'd like to end the song. Head to the link in the description to get this song-specific patch to use inside the Sunday Keys app. All the Keys audio you've heard in this video was captured straight from the app with no post-processing applied. The app is available for both iPad and Mac. This patch may also be available in other formats. If you'd like to discover more about Sunday Keys, there's a link in the description to learn all about it.